Stinky breath, bro. Stinky. Not fresh. Is that all you got? Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. Come on. Come at me, bro. Come at me.
Review. And yeah, I know, the SHMA Arts Godzilla, it's not so much vinyl, so it's still fresh. So anyway, alright, so check it out. What we're looking at here is the brand new SHMA Arts Godzilla. Now, first thing I'm going to say is on the box, alright, first take out the box. There's the box. Pretty cool. I like this style of box. They did this for Kiru, Gigan, Godzilla 2000, but box is pretty cool. We got Godzilla on the front. And on the back. Okay. Bam. The sides, you just have your, it's got SHMA Arts, Godzilla on both sides. Legal jargon on the back and the bottom. Bam. Okay. Now, first thing I'm going to tell you is that this is just Godzilla. Okay. It's not Rebirth Godzilla. It's not Adult Godzilla Jr. It's not anything other than Godzilla. Okay? It says on the box, if you ask me, what the box says is what's the name of the product. Alright? Now, first off, if you ask me, if Godzilla Jr. absorbed all the radiation like he did at the end of the Destroyer and became an adult, well, he's just Godzilla. His father, Godzilla, died. So now that leaves Godzilla Jr., the successor of the title of Godzilla. So it's not like if there was another movie after Godzilla vs. Destroyer, that they're going to call Godzilla in the film, Adult Godzilla Jr. is coming. Or Rebirth Godzilla has come out of the ocean, or some silliness. It's just Godzilla, okay? So, but I don't even consider this Adult Godzilla Jr. If you ask me, this is the definite version of the Heisei Godzilla. And we'll go into that when I do a comparison with the original SHMA Arts Godzilla that came out a couple years ago. Okay? So, let's get into it. BAM! Alright, so check it out. So what we're looking at here is actually, obviously we've got the figure, bam. But what we're going to focus on first right now is the accessories. Okay, so the first thing you're going to notice is the accessories. Alright, so check it out. This comes with extra hands. Okay? Bam. Extra hands. Okay? Basically, this is the left. I think they always look like the same hands. Either way, so basically they pop. Why pop? They pop off like that, and then you shove them on. See, these are supposed to be toys for kids. Could be dangerous for adults. Wow. And there you go. Basically pop on and off like that. Okay? I don't know if I like these hands. I like the other hands better. I'm going to put the other one back on. So they pop on and off. Real easy. Sort of. Alright? So those are your extra hands. Now that I wasted enough time with hands. Alright, the atomic breath. This time we get red atomic breath. And a red, base to go with it. So, now, mind you, the stand, the peg stand here, the atomic breath, it goes in the mid-center almost, and it's almost camouflaged. It's hard to find. So you just stick that in there like that, and then you take the bottom and you put it over here like that. Snaps right in. There we go. And then you get Godzilla set up to shoot his power breath. And there you go. Bam. Pretty cool. I like the red one. Dig it. That looks pretty cool, right? Alright, so that's your accessories. Pretty easy. Okay? Bam! Now, for the figure itself, first we're going to talk about the detail. This figure, it's beautifully sculpted. We'll talk about the sculpt after we talk about the detail here. But the detail, it's top notch. Very good looking scales. A lot of depth to them. Something we're going to talk about the paint job. But detail is top notch. Really, this is a beautiful looking Godzilla, that's for sure. Dorsal plates look good. Face looks good. Everything looks good. Body looks good. Okay? So detail is top notch. So that's really detailed. Now the sculpt, we're going to roll these in together. The sculpt, and which I'm going to talk about in the comparison, basically the sculpt is identical to that of the Burning Godzilla figure. And we'll go into the details of those two figures when we compare them, because I'm going to heavily compare both of them, okay? But the sculpt is identical to the Burning Godzilla SHMA Arts. The only difference I noticed when I'll compare them in a bit is that it looks like this is a bit closed up here compared to the Burning Godzilla. Oh, see now, check this out. Let me move those arms out of the way. See, there's still a gap. If you look, you can see right through my shirt, you can see the white, okay? So, it's not perfect, but I'll tell you what, it looks better than the Burning Godzilla. Alright, so that's detail. Bam. Alright, now, let's talk about the paint job. Now, obviously, like I said, this is the same sculpt as the Burning Godzilla, but it is done in a traditional black charcoal paint scheme, you know, because this is just Godzilla. You know, this is not Burning Godzilla, you know, this is just a traditional looking Heisei Godzilla. And the paint job is really well done. You know, it almost has some subtle highlights. I'm not going to say highlights, but it's not just flat charcoal gray. You know, it does have some depth to the paint job, and it really, there are very, very light highlights across the chest area. You know, check it out. It looks really good. The paint job is probably one of the first things I noticed about this figure when I took it out of the box. So the paint job looks good. Dorsal plates are really nicely done. Good highlights across the dorsal plates up to the tips. Each tip in the centers, nice and dark and everything, as you can see. All the way down to the tip of the tail. Everything looks really nicely done. The mouth looks really good. Check the mouth out. Nice. Mouth looks good. Teeth are nice and pearly white. The inside of the mouth and the tongue and the gums, and you have your reds there. It's more like a black red, but those look good. Fingernails look good. Nicely done. Those are more of an ivory bone color. And the same thing for the toes. The toes look good also. Bam. Okay. Now, what else we missed about the paint job? Anything else? Paint job, paint job, paint job. No, paint job's good. Alright, so that's paint job. Alright. The favorite feature for these figures, articulation. Bam. Man, somebody count how many times I said bam already. Really saying that a lot. Sorry, Emerald Lagasse, but nobody remembers you anymore. Are you still cooking? Bam. Anyway, so articulation. Alright, first we're going to start off with the tail. I'm not going to sit here and count how many points articulation. I'm just going to tell you that there's a lot. The one thing I wish that was fully articulated about the tail was the tip. Back here, that's it. It's just on this one ball joint, and that's it. What I like about the SHMA Arts Godzilla 64 is it's pretty much articulated all the way to the end. So, kind of I wish they made this right here articulated all the way to the end. Not a big deal, though. Because that way you could tip the tail back a little bit more, whatever. So, tail, basic functions here. Side to side. Down. See? Looks good. Alright, so that's the tail. The legs. They can do paradiddle. All kinds of crazy stuff. I don't know why you do that. I'm not going to put that. No, this is not the show series. Heisei Godzilla does not do drop kicks. He's not roundhouse kicking Chuck Norris or nothing. But the legs, good articulation. You know, thighs. the calves and the kneecaps and the feet. Okay? Basic. You know, I mean, this is standard now for SH Monster Art stuff. Alright? Do the splits. Don't do that. Don't do the splits. Standard pose, people. Standard pose. Okay? Let's talk about the torso section. Up and down, up and down. Now, mind you, check this out. If you pull too hard, it's going to pop off there at the midsection. So, not a big deal. You just take your half Godzilla and you take your other half Godzilla, marry those ball joints again. I said marry those ball joints again, and it'll pop right back on, and you're good as new. So don't worry, it's normal. Okay? So, midsection, pretty good articulation there. It's like, whoa, yeah, check it out, woo, pretty cool. So I dig that. Nicely done. Okay. So, also, what I like about midsection, you can make him go down. Oop, I hate those splits. Don't do splits, people. So he goes down, and then you can bring him up, and then we'll pop off again like that. So if you go too far, that's what happens. It pops off. You just pop him back on. But go about that far back without forcing him to pop off. Get the head back. Now he's looking up like as if Destroyer or Space Godzilla was coming for a landing, or what have you. Okay? So that's the head, torso, and chest area. Okay? Nicely done. Alright. The head, obviously, like I just said, up and down, left to right, whatnot. Bam. Okay? Arms. Check it out, guys. They spin. Confirmed. The arms spin. Confirmed. Okay? See that? That was full rotation. Wow, look at that. Man, this is really fun. Oh, what have I been missing? Alright, so that's the arms. Mouth opens. Bam. Okay? Alright, so that's pretty much the articulation. The arms, wrists, elbows, everything articulates there. So the articulation is pretty good. Alright? Articulation! Bam! Alright, now let's talk about the gaps and the seams. First thing I want to point out is back here on the head. Back here on the head, it's kind of ugly. There's like this one piece here that looks like it wants to come up, but it's just gappy there. So, not really attractive looking. So, you're going to want to more keep his head up. But then you keep the head up, put your arms down. Then you got the gap right there. And that's ugly too. See? So, is it a deciding factor not to get this? No. Just letting you know they're there. Obviously the seams around the arms. Okay? Shoulders. Those arms out of the way. On the neck and everything. But the guys, come on. That's for the articulation. So you got to give some to get some, right? Right here is this nasty thigh piece of plastic. And that helps the leg articulate and the torso articulate. But it's kind of ugly. You can see. Here. See? Not a big deal. Same thing on the other side. But, yeah, the thighs right here. Look at that. See, you can see the white through my shirt? Man. Alright, so there's that. Now, as far as all the seams go, I mean, it's not really that bad. They're not bad. I mean, we've had worse from this line. You know, let's be honest. We've had worse. But, still, you know, it is what it is. And actually, ooh, look at that. I actually sealed up that. So if you happen to be playing with the head and get that gap in there, you could close it. Just make sure you just mess with the pieces the right way. And now he's closed up nice and good. So Just got to play with them a little bit. And you will play with them. But they look fine. I'm happy with it. Really happy with this. Okay? Alright. Move on. Alright. So, right here we're looking at is our comparison. We're going to compare the Burning Godzilla and the new Godzilla. Now, mind you, obviously this is burning. This is regular. Okay? So, the paint jobs are obviously the big difference. One thing I'm going to tell you that sticks out the most is the gaps on this one. Now, I've messed with the legs and I can't get that to close up any better. Okay? But, so I thought maybe they improved here on the new one. But maybe some other collectors, if you can verify in the comment section, is yours gapped like this too, like mine is? And then when you get the new one, check the differences here, okay? But really, we're going to, you know, honestly, these figures are identical aside from the paint job. Even, look at the dorsal plates on the back here. Put the tails down. You know, look at the tail sections. They're near identical for every dorsal plate that is cut in an angle or something or another, okay? So, your backs, stand up straight. Thank you. It's easier for all of us. They're identical. I mean, it's going to be kind of hard to really pinpoint that, but because the paint jobs can throw you off, but they are to the T the same mold. So yes, it was a simple repaint. If you ask me, was it a bit lazy on it? Tamashi and SHMA's Arts part? Yeah, a little bit. No different than we're getting the regular Rodan, 93 Rodan. It's just the same figure as the one that's coming out, just repainted. But we'll see. Maybe there's some different points of articulation or something. But these figures are identical in almost every aspect of articulation, mold, and whatnot. The arms are the same. See? Pretty good. Alright. Is there anything different about these? Alright, so that's the Burning Godzilla. Alright, now to compare the new Godzilla to the original SHMA Arts Godzilla that came out in, what, was it 2011, 12, whatever it came out, late 2011? So, obviously, the differences in these figures are the face, one big difference, you don't have that kind of googly eye, and we don't have the jacked up jaw. So, you know, everybody knows about the jaw. It's kind of jacked up. So this one, it's nice and firm. You know, you're not going to have any issues there. But the mold is different on this one. This one looks so much better than this one. I remember when I got this, I was like, wow, this looks great. But this one blows it, you know, as far as the likeliness of Godzilla, this one takes the cake. Take the cake! Bam! But the gaps on the original are not so bad, but it also had less articulation. You know, you weren't able to move the legs so much. Where here, see, you got more movement. So the mold was different. The dorsal plates, are the dorsal plates the same? No, dorsal plates on this are, yeah, these are different. Different dorsal plates. Okay. Even the paint job is different. So one thing I like about, let's see, do they feel the same? Yeah, I guess they feel the same. But there's the differences between these two. Sorry, I don't have one of those rotating rotisserie things or whatever you call them. Lazy Susan or something. I'm not lazy. I'm just motivated rich. BAM! Alright? Okay? Articulation's different. Arms are different. The neck is different. So you have more range of motion with this one. Which is cool. Because I like, what I really like doing with this one is positioning him up. Like he's looking up and roaring. Roar. Okay? Oh, this one, and the tail, tip of the tail is almost the same. Basically, are they the same? Is there anything? Let's see. Yeah, these are almost very similar. Yeah, see? Pretty much the same. So, not completely different, but enough of a difference that anybody, you pick these two up, you're going to see the differences in them. Okay? Like I said, see this one, arms up, lean forward. This one, really can't. So, see, as far as he goes, I don't think he can go a little bit more, and that's because the legs bend more. See, can't do that. All right, so that's the comparisons. You guys get the idea. If you got any questions, put in the comments. But that's the comparison. Okay, okay. Moving on. Final thoughts coming up. Final thoughts. Check it out. I don't remember if I had the light on when I started the video, but it's on now, so if I look brighter. Anyway, figure's good. I definitely consider this the definite Heisei Godzilla of the SH Monster Arts line. Definitely, you know, it puts the other one, you know, take a back seat. That's just my opinion. I like this one better. You know, I remember before this was announced, long before this was announced, probably when the Burning Godzilla came out, that I was like, man, I wish I had a regular Godzilla, what this mold, and here it is. I mean it, I said it. I wish I had it written down or recorded somewhere. But this one is really nice. The paint job looks good. The dorsal plates look good. The articulation's good. The gaps are the gaps. You know, there's nothing you can do about them. I know there's some collectors out there. I've seen on the internet, you know, people sealing up the gaps and basically making a statue out of these. You know, you put it in one position and you seal it. You know, for those models out there, you could do that. But it's a good looking figure. I dig it. I don't know how to score this, so I'm not. It's definitely good. I say definitely pick it up. Pick it up now. Don't wait. For those collectors out there watching this, you know, at the time of the release of this figure, you know, the SH Monster Arts figures are going up in price, so pre-order them, get them on Amazon, get them through Bluefin, wherever you can get them. Get them from your comic book shop, because I know comic book shops are getting them. Don't wait. Don't go on eBay months after trying to get these, because the prices are going to be probably 2 or 3 times more. But, you know, sometimes that's your only resort, and it's understandable. Okay? So, bam! That's it! Questions, comments, likes. Make sure you check me out on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. Fresh Vinyl. Follow me on Fresh Vinyl Reviews on Facebook. I almost forgot the page I have. You know, so make sure you guys check that out. Definitely check out Diego Doom's reviews. If you don't know who he is, you know, I hope everybody here watching knows who Diego Doom is. Make sure you check his reviews out. He does a beautiful job of the reviews, better than I can with the SH Monster Art stuff. You know, he really in-depth reviews. You know, I'm more of a, you know, jackwagon. So, definitely check his out, because I know he's working on his review at the time of this recording. Alright? Diego Doom! Do up! Doom! Doom to the doom! Doom to the doom! Doom to the doom to the doom! Bye vinyl! Fresh vinyl! Check you guys later! Bam! Ow! Don't leave these on the floor. They're sharp.